here, I think, about a year and a half ago. He was in Florida, and I didn't even know, you know, he was still alive. I try to connect with those who are like in their 90s and above, because they can give you a 3-year, 30-year period of the state of things that are going on, you know. And so it is things like this. And I think basically I have mainly educated myself, you know, through quotes and things of that nature, quotes that speak to now. One I remember at the Johns Hopkins Business School, it say, know the past, understand the present, and anticipate the future. And then there is 1955, Dr. Haney, where a lot of people went into the civil rights movement. And see, this is another area of education. When I first heard the voice of Dr. MLK Jr. in the early 60s, I said, this man's life is going to be in the way of me growing up. Now, that's surprising for a lot of people to hear. That was in the early 60s. So what I did, I avoided his speeches. I did not listen to his speeches. A lot of people don't believe that. But I didn't. I chose not to educate myself in becoming. I feel that I didn't have to become who he was. I was already someone within myself. And my great-grandfather was a full-blood Choctaw Indian. And he told my mother to always keep me in school because there was something in me. And that has been a motivator for me when I lived in different cities to go to the universities, take in the lectures and listen and question and things of that nature, you know. And so this is just a lot of things that I believe and have experienced.
Over the last 3 minutes here, we have researcher.
Yes.
What would you say to mothers or parents this morning who find themselves faced with the possibility of dealing with their children who are not reading up to capacity or whatever the situation? What can they do?
Well, I would share with the mothers, as I tell the mothers in my family, I said, the more you could share with your children about what you remember when you were carrying them, the more they will be able to function better in this society. You know, and I believe that. And even, Dr. Haney, sometimes when the police stop me or something, I try to answer all the police questions before they ask me anything, drop my bag and everything, and then I'll tell them, officer, I'm trying to learn how to live in America and adjust to this changing world. Is there anything you could say to help me, you know? And the last part is this, Dr. Haney. When I was in Atlanta, I met a man who, I didn't know what supply and demand was. And I met a man who knew, I told him that I had discovered it through the definition of the late J. Paul Getty. And he said, find something that is hard to get, that is hard to find, that people have a great need for, package it, and the rest is history. And at this time, I had written my book, Unrefined Thoughts for Thinking for Learning. And he told me, he said that a Getty type of man comes along every century because there's something that the world is in need of, that their life is to bring. And that has been one of the motivating sources for me also to make that connection. And I believe in using the birthday. Like I recently discovered that the first issue of Forbes magazine, I share a birthday with that. And the Welch School over here, which is for sale, I share a birthday with the Welch School. And I would love to have that school, if in some way possible, to apply the vision that the Lord has given me, you know, to help make America a safe and sound place, you know. These are the things I say because it's all connected. And last, Dr. Haney, I've been emailing President Obama about creating a good customer service department in the American government. Because the late CEO of Coca-Cola said, good customer service is America's future, and we must do everything as if America's